Sylvester Stallone was born on July 6, 1946, in New York's gritty Hell's Kitchen, to Jackie Stallone, an astrologer, and Frank Stallone, a beautician and hairdresser. His father was an Italian immigrant, and his mother's heritage is half French, from Brittany, and half German. The young Stallone studied at the University of Miami and the American College of Switzerland. Finally earning a BA, he initially struggled in supporting roles in movies like The Comedic Bananas, The Horror Clute, and The Soft-Core The Party at Kitty and Studs, 1970. 1971. Along with another young actor Henry Winkler, he received a key career break by sharing the lead roles in the well-written juvenile gang movie The Lords of Flatbush, 1974. The opportunity to play a megalomaniacal, homicidal race driver titled Machine Gun Joe Viterbo in the Roger Corman-produced Death Race 2000 was the most exciting of the subsequent film and television roles, 1975. The Muhammad Ali-Chuck Wepner fight in Cleveland in 1975 served as inspiration for Stallone's attempt to establish himself as a screenplay as well as an actor. Stallone created a movie about a nothing fighter who is granted the 1,000,000-to-1 opportunity to compete for the heavyweight belt. Rocky, 1976, which received 10 Academy Award nominations, won the year's Best Picture Oscar and started one of history's most lucrative movie franchises, became the stuff of legends in the world of film. While Stallone deserves all the credit, he was ably assisted by outstanding performances from Talia Shire, Burgess Meredith, and Burt Young, and director John G. Avildsen gave the movie an emotional, earthy appeal from beginning to end. Hollywood's brightest new star, Stallone, had truly arrived on his terms and offers poured in from numerous studios. Rocky, 1976, was followed by FIST, 1978, which was largely based on Teamsters boss Jimmy Hoffa, and Paradise Alley, 1978, before Stallone put on the boxing gloves once more to bring back Rocky Balboa in the sequel Rocky II, 1979. Although the Italian Stallion's second trip wasn't as strong or profitable as the first Rocky, it nevertheless generated a healthy box office. After the failure of the sequels Nighthawks, 1981, and Victory, 1981, Sylvester Stallone was once more persuaded to return to his comfort zone with Rocky III, 1982, which had a terrifying foe in Clubber Lang, who was portrayed by the powerful former bodyguard Mr. T. The third Rocky film earned significantly better at the box office than the first sequel, although Stallone temporarily put an end to his prizefighter role as another series was about to begin for the busy actor. In First Blood, 1982, which also starred Richard Crenna and Brian Dennehy, Sylvester Stallone played the title role as the Green Beret John Rambo, who was created by Canadian-born author David Morrell. Because of its criticism of the Vietnam War, which was still quite recent in the American public's mind, the film was a surprise smash that divided moviegoers. Regardless of political opinions, the movie was a worldwide hit. A sequel, Rambo: First Blood Part 2, 1985, was released shortly after, although it received even more condemnation from some quarters due to its premise that American MIAs were reportedly being detained in Vietnam. The second John Rambo adventure, however, was a huge moneymaker for Stallone and solidified him as one of the top male stars of the 1980s, proving the adage that there is no such thing as bad publicity. Stallone called on former sparring partner Rocky Balboa to return to the ring in Rocky IV to preserve American honor against a Soviet menace represented by a towering Russian boxer named Ivan Drago, who is played by Kurt Dolph Lundgren, 1985. In comparison to other Rocky movies, the fourth installment's violence levels felt excessive, especially after Apollo Creed, played by Carl Weathers, received a brutal thrashing at the hands of the unstoppable Siberian Express. Stallone kept making macho character-themed movies, which received varying reviews from his admirers. Rambo 3, 1988, saw Rambo take on the Russians in Afghanistan, and cop buddy film Tango and Cash, 1989, just did not quite hit the mark, despite having an excellent cast and strong chemistry between Stallone and co-star Kurt Russell. Cobra, 1986, was a clumsy mess. Over the Top, 1987, was equally mediocre. Rocky V, 1990, saw Philadelphia's favorite fictional boxer emerge from the shadows for his fifth screen appearance, taking on Tommy Machine Gun, who was portrayed by real-life heavyweight boxer Tommy Morrison, the great-nephew of movie icon John Wayne. Soon after, Sly released the tepid comedy Oscar, 1991, the excruciatingly dull Stop. Or the sci-fi action movie Demolition Man, 1993, the comic book-inspired Judge Dredd, 1992, and My Mom Will Shoot, 1995. Intriguingly, Stallone later strayed from the gung-ho, steely roles he had been playing to pack on some additional pounds and take on a more demanding dramatic role in the interesting Copland, 1997, which also starred Ray Liotta and Robert De Niro. Copland, 1997, may not be a classic of the genre, but Stallone's quiet performance surely astounded many critics. Then, Stallone contributed his vocal talents to the animated action film Ants, 1998, took on Michael Caine's iconic role in a terrible Get Carter remake, 2000, 2001, hopped back in a race car for Driven, 2001, and made a guest appearance as the toymaker in Spy Kids 3, Game Over, the third installment of the hugely successful Spy Kids film series, 2003. Stallone recently brought back Never Say Die boxer Rocky Balboa to star in, well, what else but Rocky Balboa, 2006, and Vietnam veteran Rambo, 2008, will make a comeback after a 20-year absence to once again right wrongs in the jungles of Thailand. This shows that age had not worn out his two most successful series. Whether you like him or not, Sylvester Stallone has established a prestigious and well-respected career in Hollywood. In addition, he has had a significant impact on contemporary popular culture through a number of his renowned cinematic roles. Sylvester Stallone's followers are very concerned for him as an actor and director because he has been acting since 1968. At the moment, Stallone's health is what matters most. He is the first actor in American cinema history to play the main character in a story that has slowed the box office for 6 straight decades. The 76-year-old star is receiving treatment abroad for terminal lung cancer. Stallone's wife, Jennifer Flavin, announced to fans that her husband has terminal cancer in an exclusive interview with NBC News. The influencer continued by saying that he will unexpectedly pass away at this time next year. In order to treat the tumor that has spread to his spine, brain, kidneys, and lungs and is making it difficult for him to breathe, Stallone is undergoing chemotherapy. At the end of June, he frequently had shoulder discomfort, chest tightness, and shortness of breath. The body will heal itself in a short period of time, according to Straw, but because to the severity of his shoulder pain, which worsened even while he was wearing regular clothes, and the fact that it did not improve, his family in October persuaded him to visit the doctor for a checkup. The 76-year-old actor was identified as having advanced and metastatic lung cancer. Stallone underwent 12 rounds of chemotherapy and underwent 1 surgery while receiving treatment in a hospital in Los Angeles. Initially terrified and distraught by the news, he became fixated on his therapy sessions. However, as he explains on his personal website, his attitude toward dying has undergone a significant transformation. In the most recent update from the clinic, Stallone is still on a ventilator and administering injections. He wrote, "I have had a job, good children and a lovely wife I know very well, thank you," adding that he was not afraid of dying throughout the therapy, taking painkillers. What do you think of Sylvester? The actor was unable to stand up and find work on his own, and a doctor said that his death was only a question of time. Stallone's well-being, please give him the prayer in the box below this video. and don't forget to push the bell to get the latest updates on him by subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you watching the entire video.